Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's dive into the topic.
Question: Who was the founder of the Maurya Empire? ssc-cgl 2017. Answer C. Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya established the Maurya Empire around 322 BCE. With guidance from his mentor Chanakya, Kautilya, he overthrew the Nanda dynasty. He unified most of the Indian subcontinent for the first time. His empire covered present-day India, Pakistan, and parts of Afghanistan. Chandragupta's administration is regarded as highly efficient and centralized. He was succeeded by his son Bindusara. Chandragupta embraced Jainism in his later life. He abdicated the throne and spent his last years in Karnataka at Shravanabelagola. Ashoka, his grandson, expanded the empire to its greatest extent. The Maurya Empire played a significant role in Indian history for spreading trade, culture, and centralized governance. The Arthashastra, attributed to Chanakya, details the administration system followed during his rule. The empire laid foundation for later large-scale empires in India. Question: The Indus Valley Civilization was discovered in the year UPSC Prelims 2002. Answer B. 1922. The main Indus site of Mohenjo-daro was discovered in 1922 by R.D. Banerjee. Earlier, Harappa was found in 1921 by Daya Ram Soni. The discoveries marked the beginning of the recognition of the Indus Valley Civilization. Excavations revealed a sophisticated urban culture with planned cities, drainage, and granaries. Sites are mainly located in present-day Pakistan and India. The Indus Valley Civilization is also called Harappan Civilization. It flourished roughly from 2500 BCE to 1900 BCE. The civilization showcased advanced knowledge of urban architecture and trade. Script of the Indus Valley remains undeciphered. Seals, pottery, jewelry, and tools were found at various sites. Other important sites include Lothal, Kalibangan, and Dholavira. The discovery revolutionized the study of ancient Indian history. Question: The Rigveda mainly deals with rrb-NTPC 2016. Answer D. Prayers. The Rigveda is the oldest of the four Vedas. Composed in Sanskrit around 1500 BCE. It is primarily a collection of hymns and prayers addressed to various deities. The major gods praised include Agni, fire, Indra, rain and thunder, Varuna, cosmic order, and others. Contains about 1028 hymns, called suktas. Rigveda provides insight into early Vedic society and beliefs. Focuses on rituals, sacrifices, and invocations for prosperity and protection. It emphasizes the significance of natural elements and cosmic forces. Includes early philosophical speculations but does not primarily deal with moral laws or science. It is a crucial source for reconstructing the history of Vedic India. Its oral tradition has been preserved for thousands of years. Associated rituals influence later Hindu religious practices. Question: Which king converted to Jainism and abdicated his throne? UPSC Prelims 2001. Answer C. Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya is renowned for abdicating his throne. He accepted Jainism under the influence of Jain monk Bhadrabahu. He migrated to Shravanabelagola, now in Karnataka. Spent his later life as a Jain ascetic, practicing severe penance. It is believed he fasted to death, Salakana, as per Jain tradition. His abdication led Bindusara, his son, to ascend the throne. This act set a rare example of royal renunciation in Indian history. Jain traditions and literature document Chandragupta's later life in detail. His move is significant for the history of Jainism in southern India. Ancient inscriptions at Shravanabelagola refer to Chandragupta's presence there. The event occurred around 297 BCE. It underscores the influence religious ideas held over rulers in ancient India. Question: which of the following was a port city of the Indus Valley Civilization? ssc-cgl 2018. Answer A. Lothal. Lothal was a prominent port city of the Indus Valley Civilization. Located in present-day Gujarat, India. Excavations revealed a well-constructed dockyard, the earliest known in the world. Lothal was a trading hub with links to West Asia and Egypt. The city layout was rectangular with fortified walls. Found artifact evidence of bead-making, metallurgy, and weights. Lothal's dockyard connected it to the ancient Sabarmati River. Granaries, warehouses, and residential complexes were discovered. The site indicates sophisticated urban planning and construction. Terracotta figures and seals found suggest active cultural exchange. Lothal thrived around 2400 to 1900 BCE. The city's decline coincided with the fall of the overall Indus civilization. Question: what is the name of the script used in Harappan seals? UPSC Air 2004. Answer C. Pictographic. The script found on Harappan seals is known as pictographic. Consists of about 400 to 500 unique signs. The script uses pictures and symbols to represent words or sounds. Still undeciphered despite many attempts. Primarily found on seals, pottery, copper tablets, and tools. Characters range from geometric to animal pictures. No evidence of long inscriptions, most are brief. Some scholars believe it could be a logosyllabic script. Related artifacts were excavated from Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Its decipherment could shed light on the social and economic aspects of the civilization. The script is distinct from later Brahmi and Kharosthi scripts. It indicates a developed system of communication among Indus people. Question: who wrote the Artha Shastra? ssc-cgl 2015. Answer A. Kautilya. The Artha Shastra was authored by Kautilya, also known as Chanakya or Vishnugupta. He was a scholar, teacher, and advisor to Chandragupta Maurya. The text dates to around the 4th century BCE. Artha Shastra is an ancient Indian treatise on statecraft, economics, and military strategy. It consists of 15 books covering administration, law, diplomacy, and trade. Kautilya's work is considered one of the earliest works on political science. The text advocates a pragmatic, often ruthless approach to governance. It emphasizes the role of espionage and intelligence in statecraft. Artha Shastra's principles influenced Mauryan administration. Rediscovered in 1905 by R. Sharma Sastry. Kautilya was affiliated with the ancient University of Takshashila. The treatise continues to be studied for insights into ancient Indian polity. Question: Upanishads are books on RRB Group D 2018. Answer B. Philosophy. The Upanishads are ancient Indian texts on spiritual knowledge and philosophy. They form the concluding part of the Vedas and are often called Vedanta. Focus on the nature of ultimate reality, Brahman, and the soul, Atman. Discuss concepts like karma, rebirth, and liberation, moksha. Reject ritualism and stress spiritual knowledge as the path to salvation. There are over 200 Upanishads, with about 13 considered principal. Key ideas include the unity of all existence and self-realization. The philosophical ideas have deeply influenced Hinduism and later schools of Indian thought. The dialogues often take the form of teacher-student conversations. Written in Sanskrit prose and verse. Upanishadic ideas are cited in Bhagavad Gita and other works. Considered among the earliest philosophical literature in the world. Question: who among the following was a contemporary of Alexander the Great? UPSC CDS 2016. Answer B. Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was a contemporary of Alexander the Great. Alexander invaded northwestern India around 326 BCE. Chandragupta emerged as a powerful leader shortly thereafter. The presence of the Greeks influenced political developments in the region. After Alexander's death, Chandragupta overthrew the Nanda dynasty. He consolidated his rule over the northwestern regions left by the Greeks. Greek chroniclers mention Indian kings of the era. The interaction led to cultural and diplomatic exchanges. Megasthenes, the Greek ambassador, visited Chandragupta's court. The Mauryan rise coincided with the aftermath of Alexander's campaign. Chandragupta's reign started a new Indian imperial age. The period marks an intersection of Indian and Hellenistic histories. Question: Ashoka's Dhamma was influenced by SSC-MTS 2019. Answer: C. Buddhism. Ashoka, the third Mauryan emperor, embraced Buddhism after the Kalinga War. His Dhamma, moral code, drew mainly from Buddhist teachings. Dhamma promoted compassion, non-violence, and respect for all living beings. Ashoka actively supported Buddhist monasticism and missions. He sent emissaries to Sri Lanka and beyond to spread Buddhism. His edicts inscribed on pillars and rocks detail his Dhamma. Ashoka's rule marked the first official state support for Buddhism. Though influenced by other faiths, Buddhism was the central feature. Emphasized tolerance among sects and fair treatment of subjects. Ashoka organized the Third Buddhist Council at Pataliputra. His policies influenced later rulers in India and Southeast Asia. The titles Devanampriya in edicts reflects Ashoka's Buddhist leanings. Question: Who was the founder of the Delhi Sultanate? ssc-cgl 2020. Answer: A. Qutb-ud-din Aibak. Qutb-ud-din Aibak founded the Delhi Sultanate in 1206 AD. He was a general of Muhammad Ghori. Became independent after the death of Ghori. Proclaimed himself Sultan and established his rule in Delhi. He is regarded as the first ruler of the Mamluk, slave, dynasty. His reign laid the foundation for Islamic rule in northern India. Aibak initiated the construction of the Qutb Minar in Delhi. He is remembered for his generous nature, earning the nickname Lark Bakshi, giver of larks. His rule was followed by his son-in-law Iltutmish. Qutb-ud-din Aibak died after a fall from his horse in Lahore. The dynasty set the stage for future sultanate rulers. His administration continued much of Ghori's policy and legacy. Question: Who introduced the Persian language in administration in India? UPSC Air 2007. Answer: C. Iltutmish. Iltutmish was the third ruler of the Delhi Sultanate and founder of the real administrative setup. He introduced Persian as the official language of administration. Persian influence grew strong in court customs, literature, and documentation. Adoption of Persian facilitated communication with other Islamic empires. The language became the medium for decrees, correspondence, and state records. This policy enhanced cultural and scholarly ties with Central Asia and Iran. Persian remained administrative language till the 18th century. Many important Indian texts were translated into Persian. Sultans after Iltutmish continued the linguistic tradition. Delhi emerged as a major center for Persian learning. It influenced Indian languages like Urdu. The use of Persian contributed to India's Indo-Islamic culture. Question: Which sultan was called the Lark Baksh? ssc-cgl 2021. Answer: C. Qutb-ud-din Aibak. Qutb-ud-din Aibak earned the title Lark Baksh for his generosity. The phrase means the giver of larks. He distributed large sums of money to the poor and scholars. Donated revenue to religious establishments and public welfare. His charitable acts became legendary in his lifetime. The generosity helped him consolidate power and win loyalty. He was the first Sultan of Delhi and founder of slave dynasty. Aibak's reign was marked by construction of mosques and welfare works. His legacy is related to philanthropy as well as state building. The nickname spread his reputation across the Sultanate. Arabic and Persian poets praised his magnanimity. His rule stretched over parts of northwest India and Delhi. Question: The Vijayanagara Empire was founded by UPSC NDA 2005. Answer: A. Bukka and Harihara. The Vijayanagara Empire was established in 1336 AD. Founded by two brothers, Harihara I and Bukka Raya I. The founders belonged to the Sangama dynasty. The capital city was located on the banks of the Tungabhadra River, Vijayanagara, modern Hampi. The empire united much of southern India under one rule. Vijayanagara was created to resist Islamic invasions and preserve Hindu traditions. Harihara I became the first ruler, laying the administrative foundation. Bukka expanded the empire further south. The empire became a cultural and economic powerhouse in the Deccan. Patronized literature, arts, and temple architecture. Famous for large-scale irrigation projects and religious tolerance. The kingdom lasted over 3 centuries and maintained regional independence till 1565. Question: Who built the Qutb Minar? rrb NTPC 2019. Answer: A. Qutb-ud-din Aibak. The construction of Qutb Minar was started by Qutb-ud-din Aibak in 1199 AD. He completed only the base of the tower. The building was dedicated to the Muslim victory in Delhi and as a minaret for the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque. His successor and son-in-law, Iltutmish, completed the upper stories. The minar stands at 72.5 meters tall, with 5 distinct stories. The architectural style mixes Indo-Islamic and native motifs. Firoz Shah Tughlaq and Sikandar Lodi later renovated damaged parts. The minar is inscribed with verses from the Quran. Qutb Minar is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is the tallest brick minaret in the world. The monument is one of Delhi's most visited landmarks. The minar's construction symbolizes the start of Muslim rule in India. Question: The Bhakti movement was started by ssc-cgl 2016. Answer: A. Ramanuja. Ramanuja, a South Indian philosopher, is regarded as the founder of the Bhakti movement. He lived in the 11th century and was a proponent of Vishishtadvaita Vedanta philosophy. He stressed devotion, bhakti, to a personal god, mainly Vishnu. Ramanuja's teachings challenged ritualistic practices and emphasized personal faith. He encouraged worship irrespective of caste or birth. His ideas inspired later Bhakti saints like Kabir, Mirabai, and Tulsidas. The movement spread across India, drawing Muslims and Hindus alike. It led to the composition of devotional poetry in regional languages. Had a profound impact on temple worship and social reforms. The movement advocated emotional connection over ritual or dogma. Shankaracharya, another philosopher, preached Advaita but prioritized knowledge, jnana, over devotion. Later Bhakti leaders like Ramananda and Kabir personalized and localized the movement further. Question: Who was the last ruler of the Lodhi dynasty? UPSC 2009. Answer: A. Ibrahim Lodi. Ibrahim Lodi was the last sultan of the Lodhi dynasty. He ascended the throne in 1517 AD after Sikandar Lodi. His reign was marked by internal conflict and nobles' dissatisfaction. Ibrahim faced frequent rebellions from within his court. He fought the famous First Battle of Panipat in 1526. Defeated and killed by Babur of Fergana, founder of the Mughal Empire. The defeat marked the end of the Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of Mughal rule. Ibrahim Lodi was considered an autocratic and unpopular ruler. The dynasty founded by his grandfather Balal Lodi lasted 3 generations. Ibrahim's death led to a turning point in Indian history. The Lodis were the last of the Delhi Sultanate's 5 dynasties. The battle revolutionized warfare in India with the introduction of gunpowder. Question: which Mughal emperor banned music and dancing in his court? SSC MTS 2020. Answer: D. Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was the sixth emperor of the Mughal dynasty, ruled 1658 to 1707. He imposed strict Islamic orthodoxy in his court, ordered a ban on music and dancing, and dismissed musicians, prohibited courtly forms of entertainment deemed un-Islamic. Many musicians left the royal court and found patronage elsewhere. Aurangzeb's rule marked a reversal of Akbar's policies of cultural integration. He destroyed several temples and reinstated the jizya tax on non-Muslims, promoted the compilation of the Fatawa-i-Alamgiri, Islamic legal code. His reign saw expansion but also increased rebellion. Court chroniclers criticized his cultural restrictions. Despite bans, music flourished in regional courts. Aurangzeb is remembered for his puritanical approach to governance. Question: who built the Red Fort in Delhi? SSC-CPO 2017. Answer: D. Shah Jahan. The Red Fort, known as Lal Qila, was constructed by Shah Jahan. Built between 1638 and 1648 as the new palace in his capital Shahabanabad. The fort is a pinnacle of Mughal architecture, combining Persian, Timurid, and Hindu styles. It was originally called Qila-i-Mubarak. Features grand halls, private apartments, and the famous Diwan-i-Am and Diwan-i-Kos. The Red Fort is built primarily of red sandstone. Served as the main residence of Mughal emperors for nearly 200 years. The fort complex includes the Rang Mahal, Moti Masjid, and some extensive gardens. UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2007. The Prime Minister of India addresses the nation from its ramparts on Independence Day. The architecture inspired forts and palaces across India. The project was supervised by Ustad Ahmed Lahori, the chief architect of the Taj Mahal. Question: Buland Darwaza was constructed by which Mughal emperor? RRB Group D 2018. Answer: A. Akbar. Buland Darwaza, meaning Gate of Magnificence, was built by Emperor Akbar in 1601 AD. Located at Fatehpur Sikri near Agra. Built to commemorate Akbar's victory over Gujarat. The gateway rises to 54 meters, making it the tallest gate in the world. Constructed in red sandstone with marble inlays. An outstanding example of Mughal architecture. Serves as the southern entrance to the Jama Masjid at Fatehpur Sikri. Persian inscriptions praise Akbar's conquests and justice. The structure illustrates Akbar's penchant for grand architectural projects. The gateway symbolizes Akbar's imperial aspirations. Design features include archways, fine calligraphy, and semi-octagonal towers. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Question: the Revolt of 1857 began from ssc-cgl 2018. Answer: D. Meerut. The Revolt of 1857, also known as the First War of Indian Independence, began in Meerut. The uprising started on May 10, 1857. Sparked by sepoys, Indian soldiers, revolt against British officers. Triggered by the introduction of the Enfield rifle and its greased cartridges offending religious sentiments. Rebels marched from Meerut to Delhi, proclaiming Bahadur Shah II as emperor. The mutiny quickly spread to other parts of north and central India. Cities like Delhi, Kanpur, and Lucknow became major centers of conflict. The revolt saw participation from soldiers, peasants, and aristocrats. Ended in 1858 with the defeat of Indian forces. Marked the end of the East India Company's rule, directly administered by the British Crown thereafter. Led to significant administrative and military reforms. Remembered as a symbol of resistance against colonial rule. Question: who called the Revolt of 1857 as the First War of Independence? UPSC Air 2010. Answer C. V. D. Savarkar. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar coined the phrase First War of Independence for the 1857 revolt. His book, The Indian War of Independence, popularized this term in India. Written in response to British historians calling it a mutiny. Savarkar published the book in 1909 while in England. The work highlighted nationalistic and anti-colonial aspects of the revolt. The book was banned by the British Raj due to its revolutionary content. Influenced Indian freedom fighters and the nationalist movement. Jawaharlal Nehru and others later adopted this term. The phrase altered Indian historiography and public memory. Emphasized unity among Indians across different regions. Focused on the widespread nature and popular support for the uprising. Savarkar's writings inspired later calls for independence. Question: The Indian National Congress was founded in UPSC Prelims 2000. Answer A. 1885. The Indian National Congress AINC was established in December 1885. Founded at Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit College in Bombay, Mumbai. Alan Octavian Hume, a retired British civil servant, was a key founder. The first session was presided over by W.C. Banerjee. The INC aimed to obtain a greater share in government for Indians. Initially comprised moderate leaders from across India. Early demands included constitutional reforms and civil rights. The Congress evolved to become the principal organization fighting for independence. Notable leaders, Dadabhai Naoroji, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Mahatma Gandhi played a major role in civil disobedience and mass movements. The party spearheaded the struggle for India's freedom from British rule. The INC remains one of India's major political parties today. Question: The founder of Arya Samaj was ssc-cgl 2020. Answer B. Dayananda Saraswati. The Arya Samaj reform movement was founded by Swami Dayananda Saraswati in 1875. Opposed social evils like casteism, child marriage, and idolatry. Advocated a return to the teachings of the Vedas. Arya Samaj emphasized monotheism and rational worship. Promoted education, especially for girls. Supported widow remarriage and women's rights. Encouraged the spread of Hindi language. Opposed untouchability and promoted equality. Engaged in social reforms and religious debates, Shuddhi movement. Arya Samaj played a significant role in the Indian independence movement. Built a nationwide network of schools, DAV institutions. Advocated that all people are equal regardless of caste or creed. Question: When was the partition of Bengal annulled? UPSC CDS 2017. Answer B. 1911. The partition of Bengal was annulled in 1911 by the British government. Original partition took place in 1905 under Lord Curzon. The move aimed to divide Bengal along religious lines. Led to intense protests by Indian nationalists and the Swadeshi movement. The annulment was announced at the Delhi Durbar of 1911. The capital of India was also shifted from Calcutta to Delhi in the same event. The reunification placated Bengali nationalists but angered others in Assam and eastern Bengal. The agitation against partition served as a precursor to later mass movements. The partition was seen as an attempt at divide and rule by the British. The reversal marked the growing influence of the Indian National Congress. Swadeshi and boycotts weakened the partition policy. The event is a landmark in modern Indian nationalism. Question: Who was the Viceroy of India during the Quit India movement? RRB NTPC 2020. Answer B. Lord Linlithgow. Lord Linlithgow was the Viceroy of India from 1936 to 1943. He presided over the Quit India movement launched in 1942. The movement was a mass protest demanding an end to British rule. Linlithgow ordered the arrest of national leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi. Imposed martial law and suppressed protests across the country. The movement was met with brutal repression but demonstrated mass support for independence. Linlithgow's policies contributed to worsening relations between the British and Indian leaders. His administration faced other challenges, such as World War II and the Bengal famine. He was the longest-serving viceroy in British Indian history. His term ended in October 1943, succeeded by Lord Wavell. The Quit India movement left an enduring mark on the freedom struggle. Linlithgow is remembered for his tough and often unpopular measures. Question: Gandhiji launched the Dandi March from ssc-cgl 2017. Answer: B. Sabarmati Ashram. The Dandi March started from Sabarmati Ashram, Ahmedabad, on March 12, 1930. The march was a non-violent protest against the British salt tax. Gandhi led 78 volunteers on a 24-day journey to the village of Dandi, Gujarat. Covered a distance of about 390 kilometers. The protest sparked mass participation across India. The making of salt at Dandi broke the British law. The event became a symbol of civil disobedience and satyagraha. The march received wide international coverage and support. Many national leaders were arrested during the movement. It forced the British authorities to negotiate with Indian leaders. The Salt March is a pivotal episode in India's independence movement. The Sabarmati Ashram was Gandhi's headquarters before being abandoned post-march. Question: Who coined the term Swaraj? UPSC NDA 2003. Answer: B. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Bal Gangadhar Tilak coined and popularized the slogan, "Swaraj is my birthright, and I shall have it." Swaraj means self-rule or self-governance. The term became the rallying cry for Indian independence. Tilak inspired mass movements through newspapers, public speeches, and festivals. The idea influenced later leaders like Gandhi and Nehru. Swaraj became fundamental to the Indian National Congress's resolutions after 1906. The concept extended to economic, educational, and social self-sufficiency. The slogan united people across class, caste, and religion. Tilak was called Lokmanya, meaning accepted by the people. The concept later inspired Gandhian constructive programs and self-rule movements. Swaraj stressed both individual and collective freedom from colonial control. Tilak's advocacy marked a shift from moderate to assertive nationalism. Question: The Simon Commission was boycotted because UPSC CDS 2014. Answer: B. It had no Indian member. The Simon Commission, set up in 1927, had only British members, no Indians included. Appointed to recommend constitutional reforms in British India. The exclusion of Indians led to countrywide protests and boycotts. Slogan "Simon Go Back" became synonymous with the protest. Leaders from all ideological groups opposed the commission. Police repression during protests led to Lala Lajpat Rai's death. The commission's recommendations failed to satisfy Indian aspirations. Its report excluded provincial autonomy demands. The protests strengthened the national movement for self-government. The Congress and Muslim League united in their opposition. Boycott was a critical prelude to the civil disobedience movement. Simon Commission symbolized colonial disregard for Indian opinion. Question: The Cabinet Mission came to India in ssc-cgl 2018. Answer: C. 1946. The British Cabinet Mission arrived in India in March 1946. Sent to discuss and plan for the transfer of power from British to Indian leadership. The delegation was headed by Lord Pethick Lawrence, Sir Stafford Cripps, and A.V. Alexander. Proposed federal structure and formation of a constituent assembly. Rejected the idea of a separate Pakistan but allowed grouping of provinces. The mission met with Indian National Congress, Muslim League, and other groups. Its plan led to the Constituent Assembly's first meeting in December 1946. The Muslim League initially joined but later boycotted the assembly. The political stalemate hastened independence and partition. Cabinet Mission's proposals shaped the future Indian constitution. The event marked the last major British initiative before India's independence. The mission played a vital role in ending colonial rule in India.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos.